Guys, so today I am going to Nigeria. I'm going on EgyptAir for the first time, and let's see how it turns out. I have heard a lot about EgyptAir. The things I've heard are like not so great reviews about like customer service and just overall experience at the airlines, at the airports in general. So I'm hopeful. I do have some good reports. I have heard some good reports from people as well, like I've seen some online. So I'm hopeful that my experience today, I'm not hopeful, I know, I've prayed. I'll let you know at the end when I get to Nigeria how it was and if it was a good experience for me or not. And yeah, I have just one luggage today that will be checked in, and I'm excited. So right now I just need to book my Uber to the airport, but before I do that, I'll tidy up a bit and then book that, and I'll be on my way. Okay, so the reason I'm going to Nigeria as well is majorly because of reboot camp, and that was why I got this ticket to EgyptAir, because normally I love like the Middle Eastern airlines, but this was the most affordable ticket I could get at the time, because I booked my flight like 3 months to December. I'm not kidding you. So like 3 months, this is November, so like 2 months ago was when I booked my ticket. So this was the only thing within my budget that was available. Every other thing was like ×2 or headed towards ×2. So yeah, I just had to pay for what I could afford, and this is it. But I'll let you know my experience. I'm expecting, oops, sorry, I didn't realize that my head was being cut off. My flight is very long layover, very long hours, but I'm expecting to have a transit hotel. I'll let you know how it goes. They have some like terms and conditions around it, and out of 3, that is, your layover must be longer than 8 hours, which mine checks off. Mine is 12 hours layover, and it must be on the same ticket. Like your flight into Egypt and out of Egypt must be on the same ticket, which mine checks off. But then the only one I'm not sure about is that your flight must be the last flight leaving your wherever you're leaving, like the destination you're coming from. For me, that's the UK, and it must be the first flight leaving to your destination that you're headed to. So that'll be Nigeria, and yeah, I'm sure it's the first flight, but I'm not sure if it's the last flight from here. So that's the only clause I'm not sure if I get, but I'm praying that I do get, because I am very hopeful to relax in a hotel for free and have free meals. So let's see how this goes. All right, guys, let's go. I'm on my way to the airport now, so I'll let you guys know how it goes. So guys, I am here at Manchester Airport. I've been sat down for a couple of hours. I got here at what time did I get here? I got here at 9:40 something a.m. and got checked in at 10. And oh, actually I got here like 5 minutes before I checked in. The check-in gate was meant to open at 10:15, but it opened at 10. So we started checking in, the early birds, and so I went through security. Everywhere was just stress-free because not a lot of people were at our gate or at the check-in already. And yeah, I got into the waiting area, sat down, did a bit of work, called some friends and family, told them I've arrived, and we'll see how things go. My gate will soon be displayed, so I'll be headed there shortly, but I want to grab something to eat. So today we're fasting in church, and yeah, I just want to get something for the plane. They're still gonna give us food on board, but just to go along as well. So I'll let you guys know. I'll just quickly grab something and head off to my gate, and we'll see. I also put on my Nigerian theme to try and see if that would work, and yeah, and I also topped up my airtime now that I'm still in London, and well, not London, UK, Manchester, and I can check. I have Wi-Fi and I'm sure of everything. I like to do that before I leave the UK, just to be sure. And if I'm not able to, maybe my SIM is no longer working and all that, so I'll be aware and tell my people, my people back home, so they're also aware. So I just try to do that before I leave the UK. And yeah, because your transit destination, you might not be sure if you might have stable Wi-Fi or if you might have Wi-Fi at all. So I just try to do that before I leave. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Yeah, so finally made it to the gate. It was such a long work, but yeah, I got packed and just waiting for, you probably can't see it, but yeah, just waiting at the gate now for our flight. All right, I'll let you know. Bye. So that's our plane coming. It's being towed in already. Something I found really interesting is that when I was on my flight to Cairo, the progress bar is like arranged from the right to the left. So as you progress, it moves, to the left instead of the normal English way where it's left to right. And I think that's because, similar with Arabic language, they write from the right to the left too. So I think that's something I just found so interesting. I got to Cairo, and at first I was confused what that cup was for, because I was like, okay, what exactly is that for? But then apparently it's for tea, so they serve either tea or coffee on board, and it was really nice. So this movie, guys, I recommend. I enjoyed this movie. Oh my goodness, it was so amazing. I tend to watch a lot of movies on board, but this one, I was like, wow. I was so happy they had it, and it was like my favorite Indian actor, Shah Rukh Khan. Yeah, that's the name of the movie. So this is my bath, my hotel room, the bath. Just finished eating now. It was quite a rush. Because after I got in at past 8, like 8:40 something, and at the airport, my wig has shifted. At the airport, we had to like spend almost an hour trying to get our transit visa and all that on the queue and all that. And then we finally waited for the bus. We got our visa, waited for the bus. The bus later came. We got to the airport hotel and waited again to get our rooms. At the end of it all, it was already like 4 minutes or so past 11 p.m. So we went to eat first, and then we are now in our rooms. I'm in a room only for me, but there are 2 beds here, but it's just only me in the room. Anyways, I'm excited. But yeah, this is everything. And yeah, this is the room. So just me here for the whole night, and I get 2 beds. I think they like a family, but this is what they had available, so they just give us. Okay. Yeah, so call time 5 a.m. tomorrow to have our breakfast. So dinner and breakfast are on the airline, which is good. So good. I got an affordable flight, I got free accommodation, and I got 2 free meals. I'm happy for a long wait time of 12 hours layover, which by the time you've done all this hustle and bustle and all that is like, I just have like 5 hours to sleep now, or less than, because I'm gonna wake up, have my bath, and then go and eat. Anyways, that's that. All right. Hi guys, good morning. So it's 4:30 here at EgyptAir Transit Hotel, and I don't know if we had to wake up at 5 a.m. exactly, and then, well, we do have like 5 to 6 to get dressed, eat, and all that, but I decided to also wake up at 4:30 just to have an extra 30 minutes to do anything I want to do, so I won't be in so much of a rush, because our flight is for 8, and I don't think we're going to go through security. You know, they'll probably just scan our bags and let us in at the airport, but then I don't want to be in any sort of rush or hurry or anything like that. So yeah, I just thought to wake up 30 minutes earlier, have my bath. I want to have my bath. So I got the transit hotel, but then my small carry-on was checked in. So I had a carry-on, a backpack, and my big box. My big box was going to be checked in. That was planned, but my carry-on was something I was not planning to check in. So it had my nightwear, the nightwear I planned on staying, switching into when I come here and sleep, and then I will now switch out of my nightwear into fresh sets of clothes or fresh set of clothing. But because of it was just rushed, I just picked 1 or 2 things from that, and they checked it in, so I had just my backpack. And yeah, so I'll just take a shower. The hotel provides all those little shower shampoo thingies, so that's sorted. And I also came with my own face wash, like face care, in a travel size container pack. So I just put them in travel size container pack, like my face things, so that's sorted. And I have a deodorant as well, a small part of deodorant that I can use, so that's fine. So guys, I feel so well rested. I'm so happy about this, but I'm not staying here long enough to use all of this. There's like a hair dryer here, so literally, especially for those that have like long hair, or you have your hair out, you can quickly just wash your hair and dry it and all that. But yeah, so this is the pack of the bar soap, and which I opened yesterday to wash my hand. And then these are they were lined up properly. I was the one that scattered it, so they were lined up like on a straight line there. And that's shampoo, shower gel, conditioner, and body lotion, and a shower cap. Do they have a shower? Oh yeah, they do. Oh, there's some towels up there, that's good. Okay, so yeah, I tried to open this. I tried opening it to smell, because you know, I worked in the hotel for a bit in Liverpool during my master's degree. So that was my part-time job, and I know some of these products were in some hotel, not all. Some they already had like pre-packaged shampoo, conditioner, all that. Some of them I tried the same thing but just in different labels. I'll only open the shower gel, this one, because that's what I'm gonna use. But every other thing, oh, there's a body lotion too, but I'm not gonna use that body lotion. I packed mine, so I'll just use just the bath gel, and I'll leave the rest for them. And yeah, I don't know why the light is flashing here on camera, but I'm like looking at it real time and it's not doing that, so there's nothing wrong. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Like real time, nothing's happening. I don't know why it's happening like that on camera. So the plug here is a bit of a different style. Let me just take this out and show you. That's it. So it's using the European plug style. So if you're coming through Egypt, please bring maybe this like universal travel pack adapter, or the European plug. So yeah, okay. So these are the travel size containers I got, and I put all my stuff in it. I just dispense them into my face stuff, and yeah, my perfumes are like samples and perfume oil, but just things that are under, I think 5 ml, I'll be 50 ml for checking. I'm not sure. Clarify before you go into your airline, but yeah. So I'll just get ready now, pack up my things, and I'll head downstairs for breakfast, and I'll wait for the bus there as well. It's 5:10 now, guys. They actually called at 5. That's so cool. Like, wake up call is actually a call. They'll ring your room. It's so thoughtful, so nice. And my family called as well at 5 to wish I'm awake, so that they can see me this December. Anyways, so they're sure that I entered the flight coming back to Lagos. Okay, guys. Okay, let me quickly go and eat, because that's why I woke up 30 minutes earlier, so I can get things done faster. I'm so happy I did, because if not, I'd probably be leaving this room at 6 a.m. because I wanted to have my bath. Okay, guys, I'm ready. Still my pants from yesterday, my thermal wear. I'll just take my coats and my stuff, and I'm out. So at this point, we're just in the duty-free area. I've already gone through the immigration checks and all that to get back into the airport from the Layover hotel. And yeah, we're just window shopping a bit. So apparently cigarettes are a thing. I didn't even know. So like on board, before you get off the airline, or before the plane lands, just before it lands, the air hostess would go around like, oh, who wants a cigarette and all that, so you can get that, you can buy it on board. And then also here at the duty free, they also sell some of those tobacco products too. And yeah, that's something I'm not used to. So yeah, these are all the people I traveled with. So we're just walking towards our gates at this point. So guys, I'm here at the gate waiting for a bit to board, and it's been a nice experience. It's been okay, it's been good. I'll just say for the transit hotel, they don't give like small toothpaste and all that, so you have to bring everything you need, but they provide like body cream, lotions, all the stuff you saw. But if you need extra like skincare and all that, you have to bring like travel size stuff as well in your hand luggage. And yeah, you can bring like all those small toothpaste and toothbrush in your hand luggage as well. Okay, I don't know why we keep boarding a bit late with Egypt Airline, but we're still waiting. We're meant to have started boarding at 7:45 and it's 7:59 now. Anyway, my neck pillow, my travel pillow that goes around the neck, got missing. It fell off I clipped it on my bag and it fell off. And yeah, no one called me like, oh excuse me, something fell. No one did that, so can't find it. I've tried to retrace my steps, like where I was in the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, everywhere I walked. So I walked around and I haven't found it, so I've just left it. I'll probably get a new one sometime later on. But yeah, that's my journey. Sat here waiting. Let's see, I'm a bit tired, can you tell? But okay, the next vlog I'll do will be on the airline, be on the airplane. The next part of this vlog would be next time I would come on would be on the airline, on the aircraft. And yeah, talk to you guys. Bye. I'm a bit tired, guys. And then on this leg to Nigeria, it was normal left to right on the progress bar. Airport, and it's quite nice. It's quite nice. I'm back now. I came in yesterday, came back, greeted family. My grandma was around to spend some time with her because she traveled today. And yeah, just had a wonderful time with family, slept a bit, then got ready and, well, not ready, just like showered and took a bath, change of clothes, like rested and all that. So I forgot to update you guys about my luggage experience. So at the airport in Nigeria, when I had just arrived from Cairo, I went to baggage claim, went through customs, all that. Sorry about the airplane. Went through customs, and then baggage claim is the next part, right? And I saw my first luggage, which was my actual check-in box. So I saw that, and waited and waited and waited for the second box, which was meant to be my carry-on, that was checked in at the counter in Manchester. They told me that they will have to check that in, so I got that in. And till the what they call that again, that chain, that luggage chain that goes around, I've forgotten the name. Yeah, but still that stuff, the luggage belt stopped. My box wasn't there, and I asked the officers there, and they said, oh yeah, that they got a message about my luggage and it would not be arriving on the plane with me today, but it will come tomorrow, which is today. I meant like yesterday, and then tomorrow, which is today. So at 1 I should call them and find out if the plane has landed, and I should be, and from there I can be on my way to come pick it and all that. But because my mom is going to be at the airport today to be with my grandma, to see my grandma off, so I gave her all my documents and all that, so hopefully she finds it. Right now it's 2:17. I just finished a work meeting. I'm still working remotely for the first couple of days before my holiday properly starts, but then I'm still working this week and next week. And so I just sorry, I was just looking at my work laptop. So I just finished the meeting now, and it's 2:18 now p.m. and yeah, hopefully we'll see how it goes. Maybe the plane has landed and my box is here already, but that's the only luggage I had. So then let me tell you about Cairo airport. It was nice. It was a bit of a hassle. The checks were a lot. Oh my god. So when we got to the transit hotel, or when we got to the airport first, you come down and go to the accommodation service for if you're having a transit visa. So if you're gonna have like a stayover, the hotel stayover, you go into the accommodation service. So remember the 3 qualifications, or the 3 things that qualify you to get a hotel transit, a transit hotel. It has to be longer than 8 hours layover. Your 2 flights have to be on the same ticket, and same journey, and then the last one is it has to be the first flight to your destination, to your final destination, and last flight leaving from your departure destination. So and I was not really sure of that last one, but it was confirmed that yes, that was the only flight, or that was the flight from Manchester. So I qualified, and my layover was 12 hours, so I qualified for that. So when you get to the Cairo airport, international airport, you go into the accommodation service and join the queue if you're not the first person that left the plane. So yeah, you join the queue and wait till it's your turn, and they check your documents, check that you came from that airline, or so you came from that flight, and where you're going to and all that. They check just normal formalities, check your document and all that, and then you proceed to the, like, will I call them border control, where they'll process the transit visa for you. So so the guy at the accommodation service will write like on paper your name and whatever details is needed for you to show the transit officer or the immigration officer to process your transit visa for you. You fill that out, and sorry for my dry lips. And he also gives you, like, there's this little paper, like a form for Egyptians or non-Egyptians. So I'm non-Egyptian, so I have to pick that one, and you fill it out with your details basically, and you head on to the transit visa immigration officer. They process that for you, and you head out of the airport to wait for the buses to arrive. And so after waiting for the shuttle, we got in a shuttle. The shuttle comes like frequently, a couple of minutes, so we go out in like batches, so that it's not too crowded, and then went to the airport hotel, the transit hotel we're gonna stay in. Waited for a bit for them to give me my room, and when I got my room, we went to eat. So we had because my flight was coming into Egypt at 8 p.m. so we had dinner, and my flight was leaving 8 a.m. in the morning. So the meals I have between those time in the hotel are free, like on the airline. So, and my accommodation is also free. My hotel room is free on the airline as well. So you know, that's the package for the transit, the long layover. So dinner, which was the meal I had at the hotel, just as after I got my room, you'd get a voucher for dinner and a voucher for breakfast. So you have dinner. I had dinner and went to my room and then slept. You know, I have the video there. And then in the morning, after I got dressed and all that, had breakfast and headed back to the bus. Headed back to reception to wait for the bus, and was on my way to the airport again. And we had to go through security checks again to get back into the airport and the gates to wait for the airplane. And it was a nice experience. Would I recommend EgyptAir? Would I recommend EgyptAir? I would say yes and no, depending on who you are and your condition. I would say if you're old, if you have health conditions, maybe a direct flight might be better, because I would not say, even though I did enjoy the experience, I like traveling and I don't have any health conditions that, you know, waiting long hours can affect. So if you have anything like that, any health condition of some sort, probably a direct flight might be better, because London to UK or Manchester to UK on a direct flight is way shorter than what I did, which was a sum total of 22 hours journey between Manchester and Lagos. So I would say a more direct flight or something shorter hours would be better. If you like maybe luxury, if you have a lot of money or you book your flight in time, you might want to consider some other airlines. So yeah, the second category, which is the ones I would approve for, and sorry, I forgot to say, if you're old, if you're an elderly person, I would not advise you to probably go on this journey, because it's quite long. It can be stressful waiting, standing for, well, you might not be standing for hours, but standing for a couple of minutes on the queue, or waiting for long hours, or, you know, this hassle of leaving the airport to get the shuttle to go to the, you know, all the movement. For elderly people, it might not be the best, so a direct flight would be better. If you're a young person, probably below 30 years old, and you're physically fit, you have no health conditions, because even if you're below 30 years old and you have health conditions, I do not recommend this for you. If you don't have dependents, like a lot of young children that probably are very dependent on you, like they are not like probably grown enough, like babies, I would say maybe consider a direct flight to plan your trip on time and all that. If you need to save money, if you're younger than 30, or even if you're in your 30s and you're physically fit, you know, if you're just in a good physical condition to withstand any stress that you might face, and if you need to save money, so if you're a student and you're probably booking a flight and you just need the most affordable price you can get, I recommend EgyptAir for you. If you love traveling and you don't mind, you know, the stresses of traveling, like long wait hours, waiting time, staying in queue, all that. Some people love it, some people like it, some people don't mind it, like me. So if you actually like traveling and you don't mind that, consider EgyptAir as well, because you get to save money. Like one of the passengers that I chatted with at the transit hotel, she booked her flight for £700 going and coming. That's to and fro round ticket, £700 thereabout, and she booked it just 1 month ago. I booked mine 3 months ago, and I booked mine for £560. So you can see the difference are around like £200 difference or so. Meanwhile, at the time I was booking my flight, my ticket, EgyptAir, was the cheapest I could get. Every other thing was like almost times two, 1,000 and 1,100 as £1,100, £1,200. Like they were just a lot because I was booking in so close to December. So if you're just on a tight budget, or your plans came in really late and you're really pressed for to fly, but you need to also save money, this could be a good option. And you're fit, you're healthy, you won't have challenges and all that. There are people to support at the airport and all that, but if you just are aware of your condition, you can plan ahead of time, save money ahead of time if you want to get a more direct flight and avoid the wait hours and all that. But overall, I will rate the experience in 2 categories: customer service, that's of the cabin crew, and in-flight experience with the customer service. I would give my experience a 7.5 out of 10 because they were quite nice. It was really good. I had a nice experience actually, but I'll just put it 7.5. Okay, actually I'll make it let's leave it at 7.5. Let's leave it at 7.5. Yeah, let's leave it at 7.5 because it wasn't bad. Actually, it wasn't actually bad. The cabin crew were very good. They were nice. It wasn't bad. I don't want to make it an 8 because 8 is very close to 10. And I'm like, I don't know. I wish I got a more luxurious aircraft. That might be me being biased because I've flown with Qatar before and I've flown with Emirates, so they kind of have shaped my experience in flying and all that. So they have that luxurious touch to them, so I kind of tend to compare a lot with those airlines. So that's why I'm giving it a 7.5. And but that's why I can't give it an 8 more or less, but that's just me. So the second part I will rate on is just travel experience overall. So that's like security checks, long wait hours, and how organized the process is getting through the immigrations, getting through like the airports environments, and that's in and out of the airports. My whole encounter at Egypt, I would say over 10, I would rate it a 7. It wasn't bad, honestly. It's not bad because yes, it reminded me of Nigeria. I felt like it was like a senior brother of Nigeria. Yeah, there was when I was like, yeah, I know I'm in Africa. Yeah, it was an experience, but I did enjoy it. Not a lot of things were automated as I have experienced in some other countries that have, like UK. Some things are not as automated as in the UK or in Qatar, because I've also been to Qatar, but it was still good. So that's why I'm giving it a 7, because yeah, I feel if a couple of processes were more put in place, that's the thing. I think that's the thing with, if you visited some certain places, you tend to now compare your experiences. So it wasn't really a bad one. It wasn't. It's just, it can be stressful. And sometimes it wasn't as organized. So something that in maybe in some other places or some other countries you travel to will take you just maybe 20 minutes or 10 minutes, can take you maybe an extra 15 or 20 minutes, or you know, just a bit longer than you would expect the process to go, but it was still good nonetheless. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to my flight back to the UK. So yeah, bye.